Ladies and gents. Oh, Jesus. Top 5 buy lows. We're back. Another edition. Week 3 has just finished. We're jumping right in. Top 5 players. Got everything you need right here. I mean, look at all these goodies. Smell of victory in these freaking pages. Gotta love it. Let's jump right in. Top 5 buy lows. Starting with the Bengals. Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon duo. I'm bringing you 2 off the rip. You know why? It's very simple. The Bengals are on the rise. Their team has been struggling. Can't get it offensively correct. New offensive line pieces. Joe Burrow struggling. 4 picks game 1. Got their first win yesterday, 2 days ago against the Jets. And it's just the offense hasn't been flowing well. T. Higgins in and out. Tyler Boyd trying to get going. Jamar Chase struggling. Joe Mixon struggling. But again, don't be worried about Joe Mixon. He had 3 attempts in the goal line. Couldn't get in. His touchdown recession, as they call it, it will go away. He will get his touchdown looks. He had more than 10 last year. And Jamar Chase is just too elite. And especially with T. Higgins in and out of the lineup, I mean, he's going to get looks like no other. So big trust in Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon going forward. This offense is only going up. They were in the Super Bowl last year, guys. Don't forget it. They're still an elite team. I'm sticking with the Cincinnati Bengals and those 2 guys. The next player on this list, I'm giving you another duo. From the Tampa Bay Bucks. It stems a little bit from my teams to buy on, but I'm rolling with Fournette and Mike Evans. Are you kidding me? Fournette at a 91% snap share count. He was on the field for 91% of their offensive plays. I mean, that is a ridiculous amount. Guys, don't forget, he is literally their offense. Besides when Tom Brady's throwing the ball, running, catching out of the backfield, he does it all. And the offense has just been struggling. You know why? Because they just haven't had offensive pieces. Brady has been struggling, off-season issues. Maybe that's got to count for a little bit of it. But then Mike Evans is coming back. Chris Godwin will come back. Julio Jones will come back. I mean, all their big guns will be back. Please. This offense is only on the rise from here. Next up, I'm bringing you a Jets player. Can you believe it? A New York Jet making the list. Breece Hall. I am a fan of Breece Hall. I think he can come up with something here. He's been getting more and more touches week to week, especially coming out of the backfield. Michael Carter has started off really hot, and now they're at least 50-50 into the backfield. And I just think the upside is still going to be there, and he could be a potential stash. Maybe if you can get him for cheap. And he hasn't done much. Owners aren't going to be starting him on a weekly basis. There's definitely opportunity there, room to grow, room to buy. But again, if a team's holding him hostage for another big price, then there's no reason to buy him on a team. Again, that's not going to be offensive juggernaut whatsoever. But again, Zach Wilson's coming back. Their number 1 quarterback will be back, and Joe Flacco has been playing well, so there is room for Breece Hall to succeed in only week 3, and he's getting more and more touches week to week. I'm loving it. Rolling to the Detroit Lions, another team that offense has been unreal. Deandre Swift. Okay, now you're saying, well, ow. Deandre Swift just got injured, shoulder injury. He might be out 1 to 2 weeks. We don't know. Maybe he might be out to go buy. But that's why it's a buy low center, man. Come on now. Buy low. We're finding all the value we can find in these leagues when players aren't up to their potential or to the price tag that they were originally drafted at. So now DeAndre Swift kind of had a little bit of a dip since his week 1. Injuries are a part of that. But if they sit him out for the next 2 weeks to get healthy, whoa. DeAndre Swift back to 100% healthy. I mean, that's going to be 20 plus points each week, touches out of the backfield. He hasn't been able to run the ball at all. Last week was 5 rushes. And then this past week, there wasn't much there either. Jamal Williams has been taking a lot of the carries because he's the healthier back. So if you can finesse a package somehow of Swift and maybe even include Jamal Williams, I mean, Jamal Williams is going to be the starter for the next 1 to 2 weeks. You're going to have a RB1 with a great handcuff with you for the remainder of the season with a high-powered offense that is just on all cylinders. It's clicking everywhere. Jared Goff is playing unbelievable. Amon St. Brown, same for all those guys in Detroit with MCDC. And last but not least, I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek here on a potential steal. Now, I was selling on the Green Bay Packers this week. their team as a whole, just because they don't know where the offense is going to go. Jones, just so inconsistent. A.J. Dillon, their big run bruising back, couldn't even gain 60 yards through the run. And I know Tampa defense is very good, so again, take that with a grain of salt. But again, who's their receivers throwing to? Aaron Rodgers isn't a big fantasy stud no more. But Romeo Dobbs, wait a second, ladies and gents. Did you see the stat line he just put up? I'm going to put it on the screen right here. Almost 8 catches, over 80 yards and a tud. They're starting to get these rookies more involved. It looks like Romeo is the guy ahead of Christian Watson. Sammy Watkins is now on IR. Allen Lazard, a little bit shaky. He is their number one. But again, I think they're going to try to get this kid the ball. He had the fantastic preseason, if you recall. This guy's it. I think Romeo Dobbs is a potential sneak, and this is a waiver wire pickup for this week. And you never know. He could be a potential flex starter in the future. If some of your guys go down, it's worth the waiver wire pickup. I mean, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are going to be a playoff team, so he's going to get his touches. They need him to be ready come down the stretch of those big games. There's my little sneak peek of a huge potential pickup. Buy low. If you want to trade for him, if somebody has him, why not? Send a flyer. Maybe you want to sell high on a couple guys. We'll give you the sell highs tomorrow and the day after. But top 5 buy lows, let me know what you think. We got to win this fantasy season before it's too late.
I think I'm in love, say it way too often. I can't play these games, think I'm switching up the offense. See me in LA, I'll be moving cautious. I can fit no